What's up, guys? What if you could have an AI that doesn't just respond to your commands, but actually thinks and works on its own? Well, today we're diving into the world of AI agents. And over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to take you from beginner level to pro level. I'm going to show you 2 live examples of how I'm using AI agents in my business. And I'm going to show you how I've built them inside different pieces of software. So with that being said, let's hop over to my laptop and get stuck in. So the first differentiation we need to make is between traditional AI and AI agents. Now, traditional AI is your ChatGPT, it's your Claude, it's your Grok. These are basically LLMs where you input a prompt and then you get a specific output. So it's input and then output. That's what these models are really good at. AI agents are able to take things a bit further by taking data and inputs, running them through prompts, and taking specific actions in your workflow. The caveat here is that an idealistic version of an AI agent, which is what all the main companies are working towards, is where you would just input a prompt and it would build out the automation for you and take those actions just from a specific prompt. Now, we're not quite there yet, and this is why these workflows are so powerful. They take a bit of learning and time to implement, but once you've built them, they can run on autopilot day after day after day. And I'm going to show you in this video 2 specific examples of AI agents that I've built for my business. One of which is like a dynamic lead magnet where we take survey responses and then use those responses, create some content through a prompt and insert it into a report, and then we send that report to the lead. I also have another agent that's running conversations. So it's able to take the response from a lead and respond back with a personalized custom written message that addresses whatever question or response that that lead sends back. Now, alongside the examples that I've just given you that I'm going to walk through in more detail in just a second, there are other ways that you can use these kinds of agents. They're great at customer service, data analysis, and also handling complex tasks. So get this for a crazy story. This guy on X that I've been following for a while called Patrick Sargis, he's able to use this AI agent model to take an onboarding call with a client, transcribe it into a document, send it through this crazy AI agent, do market research, write a world-class VSL, and build out the funnels and the ads and ad creative, all completely automated. Now, something like this takes quite a bit of understanding and technical skill to pull off, but it's just crazy what's possible with the tech that we have today. So let me show you the example that I mentioned earlier about the dynamic lead magnet. This is the automation in make.com. And if you want to try out this software, I'm going to leave my affiliate link below. And this is hooked up with Go High Level. Okay, what happens in this workflow is when somebody submits a survey response through Go High Level, that's where my funnel is hosted. You can see here the survey submitted. It's then going to trigger the webhook and send the data over to make.com. This data will then go into ChatGPT. We have a prompt here. And what I'm telling the prompt to do is to create specific pieces of content that's then coded as a JSON. We then pull the JSON out so we can insert these variables into the Google Doc. And this final step here is getting the shareable link for the Google Doc and then updating the contact field in Go High Level so we can email out that specific link. So you can see here in this test contact that I created, this is the pricing report that's been dynamically created using this workflow. And let me show you what that looks like. So the example here is a finance business, right? So it's going to input this field here. This introduction, right? This is all custom from ChatGPT speaking about their specific industry and problem. We also have some calculations done. So the projected revenue is taking the information from the survey and ChatGPT is doing a calculation and we're putting that figure in here. So over in Go High Level, there is a bunch of automations inside of here that are pretty standard. But what we're able to do is send out the link to the custom report via email. So this ties everything together. Now, hopefully all that makes sense. It's a pretty straightforward workflow and it saves me a bunch of time. Just imagine if I had to duplicate this Google Doc and input all the information from the survey, do the calculation, create the introduction paragraph. That would take me a bunch of time, especially if you have 10, 20, 30 leads coming through every single day. And in case you didn't know, this presentation was created from a prompt and a script using Gamma. And this is a cool piece of tech that allows you to create presentations like this from a prompt. Super cool stuff. Again, I'll leave a link below if you want to check them out. When we talk about AI agents, we talk about 4 core elements. The first being planning. So if you have a research stage of your workflow, an agent is going to be the perfect fit. If you want to have some tool integration, like I've just showed you in Go High Level and Google Docs, these are all different tools that we can integrate together. There are memory systems. So I'm going to show you an example in just a second of a conversational AI that goes backwards and forwards with leads. Now, in that context, it's really important that the AI has access to the previous chat history, so it's able to formulate a response based on what the person has responded to in the previous conversation. And then there is execution capabilities. Again, like I've just shown you in the example, that agent was able to take data and put it into a Google Doc, give me the link, and ship it over to Go High Level. So I don't know about you, but I call that execution. Let me show you the example of the conversational AI. And this is built with Go High Level and N8N. What happens in this workflow is when somebody submits a form for a case study, they then get a text message to deliver the case study and also open the conversation to ask the lead about certain pieces of information about their business. So what's happening in this workflow? When somebody submits their information in the form, I'm then figuring out whether they have a UK number or a US number, because I can only text those 2 different countries in my Go High Level account. And then I'm doing some tagging, but basically what's happening is I'm sending out that initial SMS. Okay, I'm updating the AI memory field, which is then going to get used in the conversational flow over in N8N, which I'm going to show you in just a second. If somebody replies to that message, the reply is going to come through into this automation here. And for the most part, they're going to go down this section on the right here. We can see it's sending information to ChatGPT, and that's when it gets piped into this webhook in N8N. N8N is another workflow software. You can actually self-host it and run it for free, whereas make.com is hosted on their end, and then you pay per month for some credits. Now, the response from the contact comes through into the webhook. We have a prompt here in the AI agent, and we also have the memory of any previous chat, and it's hooked up with ChatGPT. This AI agent is then going to formulate a response, and we have a switch here. And if the response contains goodbye, which means the contact has asked us to stop messaging them, we're going to update a specific custom field in High Level, and that's going to activate the do not contact function so they don't get contacted again. But if all's being well and the conversation continues, we update the contact field with the response from the agent. And then once that field gets filled, we have an automation in Go High Level that then takes that response and sends it to the contact. So I know if you're new to AI agents, this might sound like a lot, but as you can see here, this is pretty simple, and you can build these out as complicated as you want. But I find building multiple of these that solve specific problems is the best way to go. When it comes to the benefits of using an AI agent, you're going to see enhanced productivity. You're able to systemize and automate workflows that you would be doing manually yourself. You can use these agents to go out and create in-depth research without you having to scour the internet for all this information. And it's going to allow you to make faster decisions when moving forward with a specific project or a business of yours. In summary, as you can see, AI agents can automate workflows that you might be doing manually. It's a step up from your typical ChatGPT or Claude, because you're able to sequence a certain set of actions that rely on AI and other tools. And one thing that I will say is that these things take a lot of testing and trial and error. I came up against a ton of issues and problems with these workflows and trying to tweak the prompts to get the correct outputs. I hope you're prepared for a bit of backwards and forwards and spending a bit of time to figure all this out. Now, if you found this video helpful and you want to see more practical AI content and in-depth walkthroughs of these different platforms and how I'm building these AI agents, I'm more than happy to go in more depth on another one of these videos. So just hit subscribe and let me know in the comments what video you want me to create next and for what platform. But with that being said, thanks for watching. My name's Tom, and I'll catch you in the next one.